fire trucks that should have been racing to save lives ended up causing a tragedy because of their petty rivalry. The driver who got hit was clutching the steering wheel with a death grip, refusing to let go until his rescue team showed up. Only then did Joe realize he'd screwed up big time. The crash scene was a total mess. All the firefighters got banged up to some degree, with the other driver taking the worst of it. Whether he'd even make it was anyone's guess. The other crew was absolutely certain that Joe had run a red light, and before long, word reached the higher-ups. When the chief demanded to know if Joe had actually blown through that red light, Joe's mind went completely blank. This had happened just a minute ago, but for the life of him, he couldn't remember. He was dead sure he hadn't broken protocol, but the damn intersection had no cameras. So who was lying? Joe went through the standard drunk driving test, then headed to the hospital for blood work. When he came out, the firefighters from the other truck were staring him down, their eyes filled with pure hostility. Later, all the firefighters from the crash scene got grilled by the brass. When it was Deputy Chief Matt's turn, he naturally had Joe's back 100%, even though he hadn't seen the traffic light himself. Matt had complete faith in Joe's character, but these two fire stations had bad blood going way back. They'd constantly try to outrace each other on emergency calls, so the higher-ups weren't buying what Matt was selling. Soon enough, the chief pulled up surveillance footage from the crash site. Sure enough, Joe had run the red light, and 30 seconds later came the collision. But Joe felt like he hadn't done anything wrong after all. This was how everyone drove during emergency calls. Saving lives came first, right? This response only made the chief see red. The regulations clearly stated that intersection stopping rules must be followed, and nobody could help Joe on that front. Nobody cared whether he'd run a red light during the actual crash. The fact was, he'd violated traffic rules at the previous intersection. If that driver didn't pull through, Joe wouldn't just lose his job, he'd be facing criminal charges too.